Hello, thank you for taking a moment to watch this video, and of course we are continuing our Salesforce integration training here. Hopefully you've been following along and watching all of the other videos. If you have not, make sure you go back. These are all part of a series and they all build on each other, so make sure you're watching them in order so that we can help you get the most out of your PhoneBurner integration with Salesforce. Now to get into our subject for this specific training, I want to talk to you about list views. You see, PhoneBurner is designed to help you make a large amount of calls faster, but we want to make sure you are as close to that experience as possible. So essentially, we don't want your prospects or leads to know that you use PhoneBurner. You're going to be live on the line to talk to everybody when they answer, but we're going to streamline a lot of the other aspects of prospecting that you need to do, like logging call activity and updating specific contact records and sending emails or even leaving voicemails. We want to streamline that as much as possible so that you can move from one call to the next as quickly as possible. That means that we need to build lists in Salesforce that identify the specific records that we need to care about most so that we can select them and get into what we call a PhoneBurner dial session. Now, when you installed the PhoneBurner app into Salesforce, we included a few list views to help you get started with this. Now, hopefully you've already got a bunch of list views created in your organization to help you identify exactly who you need to focus on right now. But if not, again, no problem. We do give you a few lead list views as examples to kind of help you get started. But it is definitely something that you're going to need to think through. So for example, new leads attempt 1 is one of those list views. If I click on that, in this particular case, it's not going to show me any leads. Why does it not show me any leads? Well, let's take a look at what this list view is filtering on. It's filtering on leads that are owned by me, that have 0 total call attempts, and were created this week. So either I have no leads that have 0 calls, or my leads are all older than this week, which is actually more like it because I know that the list that I uploaded for this training was uploaded more than a week ago. So let's go ahead and close that and let's jump over to attempt 2. Here, attempt 2, we'll see Alan Scott. I only have one record that qualifies for the different parameters that I have for this list view. Let's take a look at what that list view looks like. So let's click on this little filter icon. And you'll see again, it's looking for leads that are owned by me. Total number of attempted calls equals 1. And last attempt date was not equal to today or yesterday, meaning it's been at least a couple days since they were last called. And I'll go ahead and close that. Let's take a quick look at attempt 3. Similar parameters. We're looking at leads owned by me. Total call attempts is 2 this time because we're wanting to make that third phone call. And it's been a couple days since they were last called. And you'll probably notice a similar theme as we jump through attempt 4 and attempt 5. So these are the list views that we give you as part of the installed package with PhoneBurner. Now I'm going to jump back to the first attempt. Remember, I don't have anything showing up here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this option, and I'm going to save it. So I don't care when they were created. If they've been called 0 times, I want them on my list view. And you'll see once I save that, this list is now chock full of contacts. Now, because this list view is taking advantage of this number of attempted calls field, again, that's a field that's part of the installed package for PhoneBurner, and that's updated automatically after each call. Once those activities are logged back to Salesforce, we have a flow, again, part of the installed package, that will update each record indicating how many times they've been called. So every time a new PhoneBurner call is logged, this value will go up 1. And that makes this list very dynamic. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and dial Alec here. We'll do a quick dial session. I'm just going to mark him as no answer, just so that we can move through this really quick. Now I'm doing my attempt 1. Again, I might have different dial-in and live answer sets based off of how many times I've called somebody. So I can leave different voicemails, different emails, all based off of where the contact is in my specific calling cadence. I'm going to go ahead and start dialing. So I'm calling Alec. I'm going to go ahead and mark him as no answer. And let's end the dial session. So we've called Alec one time. And let's go ahead and give the system a second to log that call. So we'll go ahead and it's probably there now. Let's go ahead and refresh. And there you'll see Alec is no longer on our list. And the reason why he's no longer on the list is because he no longer qualifies because he's been called one time. And if we jump over to attempt 2, you'll see he doesn't show up here yet either. Why does he not show up here? Because he was actually called today. And since we're ignoring anybody whose last attempt date was today or yesterday, he does not show up here. So let's jump over to our PhoneBurner training pinned list here. And here you'll see Alec. I want to point out a couple things here. I'm going to adjust the fields that are visible in this view. We're going to go ahead and select fields to display. I want to display the number of attempted calls. That's one, again, that's a field that's created by PhoneBurner when you install this. And then we want to do, where are you at here? Last attempt and last disposition. So those are 3 fields that are created by PhoneBurner when you install the PhoneBurner package. We create these fields for leads and contacts. So you can take advantage of these 3 fields along with any other fields in your specific org. Like for example, lead status is a very common field that you might want to filter your list off of. But you can filter your list based off of these fields to make very dynamic list views within your Salesforce org so that each day you come in here, you're not having to think about who to call. You know that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many buckets of leads that you need to go through every day. And the only records that show up in each one of those list views are people that you need to take action on today. So anyway, that's a quick little overview of the list views that come as part of the PhoneBurner installed package. We will talk about list views more and more as we go through this training because this is such an important topic for you to understand so that you can ensure that all of your leads, your prospects, your contacts, whatever records you're calling are worked properly. Anyway, thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. I hope this helps you and your team get more done using the power of PhoneBurner. Thanks again and happy dialing.